Hello guys and welcome back to another custom-made scenario map for Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. In this custom-made scenario map we are exploring the Baltic Sea region and its rich history and culture shaped by its many countries and cultures fighting for dominance over this icy and both prosperous and rich region of Europe. Now, in this scenario, as you can see, we have 8 main factions set in a massive, ludicrous map. It is quite interesting indeed. I hope that you enjoy it, and if you do, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for many more scenarios coming up shortly. As well as, if you have missed it, take a look at our previous scenarios, including the Italian city-states, the Kingdom of Jerusalem, and its struggle against the Seljuk Turks and the Saracens in the Middle East, the Siege of Constantinople, as well as the 100 Years' War that was recently released. Thank you very much, and let's get straight into it. Now, the first available faction for the players is the Kingdom of Norway, which we are currently playing. The Kingdom of Norway starts completely secluded from the rest of the factions, and for a good reason. It isn't the strongest one, making it one of the only factions that start without a ready farmland. The reason being, of course, the very extreme climates that the Kingdom of Norway has to face while it is settling in the fjords. So the Kingdom of Norway will have to mainly rely on its fishing supplies that are quite rich along the coastline to maintain its food and feed its population. The Kingdom of Norway also starts with another small colony in the southern shore, which can be developed, of course, into a major trading hub with many more factions along the coast, like the Kingdom of Denmark, which we will explore shortly, as well as many other like the Old Roman Empire and the Hanseatic League. Also, there is a lot of space for expansion, given that the heartlands of the Scandinavian peninsula is quite empty from civilizations besides some small settlements, making it one of the possibly strongest factions to evolve mid to late game. Now, the second faction we are going to cover is its relatives in the Kingdom of Denmark. The Kingdom of Denmark, having its capital in the rich trading port of Aarhus, is also one of the relatively weaker factions, which takes advantage of its location there with the rich resources which are abundant around it, like fish and many possible wood that can harvest. And it begins with Aarhus as its main capital, as well as a small village here in the southern peninsula, which it controls, which is rich in gold, wood, and it can be harvested for food as well. The Kingdom of Denmark can take advantage of the southern parts of the Scandinavian peninsula, which can control, and also set up trade routes, as well as take advantage of the rich fish deposits that it possesses. Now let's go over to our third faction, the Hanseatic League, starting off with its capital at the island of Visby, a very well fortified and strategically located island in the middle of the Baltic Sea, famous for its rich history as a very large trading city that was eventually conquered by the Kingdom of Denmark, and it was renamed into the province of Gotland. Now, the Hanseatic League starts off with two main cities, one in the island of Visby, which has a castle as well as some military buildings and ports, which it can fuel some really rich results, given the fact that it has both gold, stone and food and wood deposits in its main base, as well as its lesser town here, but still very strong town in the coast here, which is of course a lot more susceptible to attacks, given the fact that it is not protected by the sea, but it's still located in the very here. It's located in the very strategic location here in the bay. It has walls and a castle to protect it, and it can exert influence for the Hanseatic League in its surrounded rich territories, giving it a very nice possibility of expansion, and that takes it to the second place, as you can see on the scoreboard. Now, our fourth contender is the Holy Roman Empire, which was neither holy nor Roman. No, I'm joking. Alright, now fourth contender is the Holy Roman Empire, starting off with another coastal capital here in a very well protected location, as you can see. It's not the biggest cities, it's one of the duchies of the Holy Roman Empire, but it does begin with every necessary building for expansion and a quite defended location, given the fact that both of its settlements are with its backs turned on the walls, so that it cannot be surrounded by multiple attacks, as well as the abundant resources that can be found in the nearby landscape. The second settlement of the Holy Roman Empire is this nice little farm village on the border of the map, which is quite protected and can yield a lot of resources for its owner. Now let's jump right into the fifth contender, the Livonian Order, which was a Crusader order during the Teutonic Wars and the expansion of Christendom into the Baltic Sea by the Teutonic Order and in the order of the Pope. Now the Livonian Order starts with arguably one of the best looking cities in the game. Here on this peninsula, it is quite well defended, double walls as you can see, in a nice citadel overlooking it cliffs as well, making it theoretically a triple wall city. It has abundant resources surrounding it, and it is quite well easily defended with a lot of fish deposits as well. It also starts with another small settlement here, which is not that rich, but it can deal a lot of wood and food for the Livonian Order. It also has a town center, and it's in a really nice strategic location in close proximity to the capital, as you can see. So the Livonian Order can protect it quite easily, and that is the reason why it starts in number 1. Now let's get on to the sixth kingdom, the Kingdom of Poland, starting off with one of the biggest, if not the biggest, capital city in the game, maybe contending up there with the capital of the Livonian Order. The Kingdom of Poland starts off in one of the best and worst locations and at the game at the same time. Its main city and main money producing settlement is in very well located spot, being protected by 2 rivers, as well as the end of the map and a massive forest, giving the ability to expand in peace and prosper quite easily. So yeah, this is the main city with a nice castle here, and it also has another settlement which is not something great. It's more of a military base guarding this part of the territory of the Kingdom of Poland. Nothing too crazy, and that's why the Kingdom of Poland is at the number 6. Now let's get to the Kingdom of Sweden, our 7th contender, beginning here in Stockholm, with arguably the best looking city in the game and one of the best defended. I think, as you can see, the Kingdom of Sweden starts off with a really nice citadel and a castle in a nice location protecting its coastline, as well as a nice little town here. It is quite isolated by the rest of the factions. It has a lot of possibilities for expansion into the Scandinavian heartland. As you can see, this Kingdom of Sweden starts also with a nice town here in the center of the Scandinavian heartland, which it can use to expand, and which is something that it already does from what I can see. I picked this to be its main settlement for some reason. So yeah, it has a lot of possibilities for expansion up in the north here, which is Untamed Wilderness, as well as another tiny colony up in the southern part of Finland, which if colonized properly by the capital of Stockholm, it can provide a very nice plan B for the Kingdom of Sweden, as well as a really rich resource productive region. So it would be the best to utilize both heartlands and have both plans open for any possible fights in the future. Now, the last but definitely not least faction on this map is the Novgorod Republic, located deep into the Russian heartlands. The Novgorod Republic, historically one of the richest republics of the Baltic Sea and one of the strongest factions that survives all the way to the 1400s until it was conquered by Muscovy, is one of the biggest and strongest factions in the map. It begins off in a really well defended position, isolated completely by the rest, and having the ability to control all of the eastern part of the map if it so wishes, or it can stay out and take advantage of its location to peacefully advance and prosper. So the kingdom of the Republic of Novgorod is split between a massive river flowing through its border, as you can see here, and it starts off with all the basic military buildings in a nice town, and it also has a nice colony up here in the let's say coast of the Baltic Sea, which it can take advantage to have a sphere of influence in the northern part of the map, if it so wishes, of course. So yeah, that is the showcase of the main factions. I tried to make the map beautiful and Christmassy kind of for this time, yeah, and I hope that you enjoy it, guys. As you can see, I tried to also introduce different kinds of let's say map and regions and stuff, and I hope that you enjoy, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content by us. We would really appreciate it and help with trying to provide. I really had fun actually making this map as any other scenario, because I am a big sucker for this sort of stuff and I enjoy it like nothing else. And if you want to support the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and make sure to also take a look at our previous scenarios that have been posted that you can also play, and yeah, make sure to find the link in the description and tell me your opinion about this map, and enjoy. Thank you very much and have a nice holidays, guys. Merry Christmas. Bye bye.